welcome. If they won't listen to episode 45, yeah, Zoom's little update. What's going on, Spencer?
Nothing much. How's everyone doing? It's been a minute.
It's been a
A
minute.
very long minute.
A minute that lasts 2 months.
In Boston, we say an ill minute.
Ill minute.
I haven't seen you since back in Nam.
That right? Oh man, it's been too long. It's good to see you guys again. I really missed y'all.
Yeah.
Glad to see that you guys haven't changed much. Like
I don't.
You see his face.
I'm like a yearbook. I'm like a yearbook autograph. Don't ever change. Have a great summer.
Have a great summer.
I used to have when we did yearbook signings in high school, I was really into A League of Their Own at the time.
That's a great movie.
It is.
Right?
I think it's a fantastic film. But I would write in everyone's yearbook, don't get the clap, Spencer Ross.
what was the name of the movie again?
A League of Their Own.
Starring Gina Davis, Rosie O'Donnell.
Madonna.
Okay. Madonna was in it. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's her face? Tank Girl.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Why am I spacing on her name?
I know. I always forget her name.
I feel so bad. I love her, and I loved her in Tank Girl, and then I loved her in oh man, I know she did a movie where she played a lesbian. I thought she was like fantastic in that film. I can't even remember that movie now either. So.
I can't remember that either. But I remember what was the other thing? She was in that Pauly Shore movie, I believe. Coming to the army. In the army?
Yeah, in the army now. Yeah,
in the army now. Yeah. I think you're right. It's in the army now. Yeah.
Yeah. It was playing off of that phrase back in the 90s. They were like, in the army.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I love those old Uncle Sam previews where they try to get you to join, you know what I mean? They make it really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember this back in the mid to late 2000s with a game called it was either called Arma or just regular Army 2. It was one of these first-person shooter games. You could download it for free. It was multiplayer right off the bat, and it actually was a recruiting tool.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no, I've never heard of that.
So I remember I was playing it, and I was getting pretty, I wouldn't say well ranked, but I was getting good rankings in a match. I'd be like top 3, top 5 most of the time in these like team death matches or capture flag, whatever.
Yeah.
And I get this phone call a couple weeks later, this recruiter going, yeah, man, we're noticing your score on this game. We think you might be a top shot. We can probably get you to sniper class if you want to go down that route. I went, dude, I'm in college. I'm already somewhere. I go, you're a plan B if anything, homie. But yeah, it was a game. It was Army 2 or Armor 2, one of the two. I can't remember. It was free. But it was a recruiting tool that the Army used way back in the 2000s.
That's interesting.
The Army has some crazy shit. There's this. I was showing one of my coworkers at work. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. They have an anti-personnel weapon that's non-lethal, and it hurts you on a molecular level.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
It's like an electronic big fucking tube, and it shoots out through the top of a Jeep and a satellite dish.
I've seen
and
that.
It shoots a beam downrange, and it can stop a person. Like it heats up the water molecules on the top layer of your skin. It doesn't give you long-term damage. Quote.
It's just very instantaneous and it hurts like
instantly.
Hell.
Like you do not want to go in that direction. So they just pull the trigger, and that part of the crowd stops. And they aim it over here, click, and that part of the crowd stops, and it's like, completely pacifistic. But I was showing him, and I was like, dude, this video was posted on YouTube 11 years ago. What do you think they made? Do you know how much money the military industrial complex gets? It's like they get all the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an old video. I remember because there was a point where the guy was like running full speed, and then they turn on the machine, and he goes, and he stays in place, and he just falls down.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, you know what I mean? It makes me think like the futuristic version of like the thing that doesn't kill you but instantly stops you. It's just they point a beam at you and you just get fucking minimally electrocuted.
I haven't heard anything else about that non-lethal, right, as you call it, personnel control, weapon. I haven't heard anything. I remember seeing that video when I was in college. I remember seeing it. We passed it around school, like, check this shit out, bro.
This is crazy.
Yo, look at this guy running in.
It's super funny.
I need more wine.
I heard one of the side effects with that thing is that you become a superhero.
That hit me twice.
Climb up the walls, shoot beams.
No,
I passed math tests with it.
So
That's all I wanted for.
any big developments since we last all spoke, Spencer? You know what I mean? How's you know what I mean? How's everything? You get, you know what I mean? Brand new Honda Civic.
You know what I mean?
Brand new Honda Civic.
Everyone needs a Honda Civic with a big exhaust.
Or a
That's so
Toyota
true.
Tercel.
I usually go to AutoZone and get the Fast and Furious muffler because it's packaged. It's this Fast and Furious muffler.
Fast and the Furious muffler.
I heard there's a 9th movie came out, and my thought was there was 8 more movies.
Bro, do you know? No, you go fuck yourself. Like
They're so entertaining.
dude, the budget on those movies is bigger than The Rock's pecs. Like it is.
That's not even possible.
It's
not
true.
even possible.
Doubly,
No,
individually,
son.
peck on peck, pancake style.
I love pancakes, but I
No,
like waffles
No,
better.
but like for real. So I've seen. I think I'm at 5 or 6, and I'm super happy because like my life's been going. I've had a 3-year-old, or I have a 3-year-old. That was wrong phrasing. You know what I mean? And so my life's like gas pedal down right now. You know what I mean? And so I haven't seen I haven't seen the 9th or the 8th or the 7th or the 6th, but I'm like we had Fast and the Furious. Then you had Too Fast, Too Furious introducing Tyrese, awesome fucking guy. And then you hit Tokyo Drift, which in the actual storyline was actually like behind both of those because it was
like it's supposed to be the 5th or 6th movie in the timeline. I think that's how they worked it out.
Well, it was weird. I don't know, but yeah,
that's an underrated one in my opinion. Tokyo Drift.
That's a great one, bro.
And the only one to come direct to DVD. The only one to come direct to DVD. I remember that. They didn't.
No, it came out in theaters.
No, it didn't.
Are you sure?
I bet you my left testicle.
I don't want that, but give me something else to bet.
Something. How about this? It's bread.
I'll give you guys a screen share.
All right,
we will right away find out.
Microphone muff. I can give you a microphone muff. Microphone muff. Okay, how about these comic books that no one's ever heard of? It's called Air, and Amelia Earhart's in it.
Ooh, does she land?
Yeah, she lands right into my heart as a character.
Oh god.
What?
I feel
it doesn't say anything about it. I think.
How old is this comic book? It has the advertisement to Spartacus on the back. That's all this one.
Oh Jesus, the Spartacus.
I'm debunking you, Leon. I think it went to theaters.
I don't consent to you debunking me.
Tokyo Drift, and then you had Fast and Furious, but without the. Yeah. Completely different movie than the first movie.
That's how you knew it was the third, because it didn't have the thuds.
Well, it was like the fourth.
Yeah, so true.
But yeah, so then there was that one, and then they had the one with Jason Statham, I think, after that. And then there was the one with the other. So maybe I've seen 6. I don't know, but like, fuck, I've never seen one I didn't like.
Release date June 16th, 2006.
The last one I liked.
In theaters or on DVD?
No, in theaters.
It was in theaters?
It was debunked. Liar.
I thought it was. I didn't say I was a liar. I'm just saying. I remember it was a directed DVD. I remember going to Hollywood Video when that used to exist.
You just had a bad video store.
Hollywood Video.
I know.
they got it late.
There's Hollywood Video. What is it? West Coast Video, Blockbuster.
Dude, I had a Blockbuster.
There's still one Blockbuster still open though, right?
Yeah.
Is there really?
There's always, for some reason I feel like that's like just like the common thing to say.
Everything's open in Wisconsin.
Everything's
still 1940 there.
It never stopped being 1993.
No, but so I've enjoyed them all, but yeah, 9 is a lot. And the thing that got me was that the very last one I saw was the one when Paul Walker died, because 85% of that movie was shot with him, and then they used CGI. Okay, so I've seen 7. So they used CGI to replace him in the second end, and it was fucked. There's this uncanny valley when you see him in moment A, which is the first 85%, and then the first moment you see him with CGI face, you're like, my brain just like, I can't tell you with words what's fucked up, but my brain is like, there's a flare going off and I can't ignore it. And like, you knew that a computer was making this guy's face.
You know what? They did the same thing in the movie Gladiator.
Yeah.
Really? That long ass cut, bro? I've seen that movie a bunch of times.
But they made that look better because they did it with proper lighting. Fast and Furious got a little ambition with their.
Who did they do that with?
They
Not
did.
the main guy, just some.
No,
sub dude?
it was the guy that was helping him out.
Not Laurence Olivier.
Yeah, it was the older gentleman with the beard who was helping out. Who was helping out Maximus the entire time. And there's a scene where Maximus
he was
is
like his caretaker or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's a scene, and it's a split second. It's a jail scene, and he's talking to Maximus through the cell, and it's a really quick 5 seconds. So he says something, and they take the camera off him, so you don't see it right away. You have to pause it to see it.
Yeah. Oliver Reed is his name. Is the actor's name.
He died during production.
Yeah. So the scene where you see him get stabbed and everything, as you mentioned, when they finally kill him, that is like heavy CGI right there. But like I said, because of the lighting, you just don't really notice it that much. Although really, Scott's really good with his quick cuts.
Yeah.
Like on overall, it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, like what was it in that? It was one of the Taken movies where there's a part where Liam Neeson is running, and they cut 13 times.
That reminds me of like Mission Impossible 3.
Bro. That's the funniest fucking thing, dude. I got shown that, and it's like, you want to know how old Liam Neeson is getting? And they clip him literally, like starting to run and then stop, and then they show him on a box that he was clearly helped onto, and then they show him a clip on the next box, and they're not doing it like from the same angle to make you see how stupid it looks. They're doing fast-paced and forward, and fast-paced to the side, and fast-paced to the side, and fast-paced behind, and fast-paced on top, and fast-paced behind, but you never actually see him do anything. Every moment you see him, he's in transition in the same step. But in each spot they change, he's in a new step. And so with like 14 cuts, I can't show it because we'll get fucking banned. But in like 14 cuts, bring it.
Bring it,
Paramount. I'll pull it up. I'll mute it. Well, you know what I mean? We'll see if the YouTube.
You gotta flip it. You have to flip it, and then you have to add like 3 logos and make it super and make the screen very mini.
Yeah, fucking with audio is way easier. Liam Neeson.
Yeah, but since we're on this topic, because we're talking about the Fast franchise, and I've never seen anything past Too Fast, Too Furious. I think I watched part of Tokyo Drift.
I paused it before the first second. And cut once. It already cut once. Before I could even pause it, it cut once.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right, watch this, Spencer. Like, so this is how they make an old guy not look old in Hollywood. Ready?
Oh boy.
All right. I gotta mute it though. Otherwise, I'm good thing I remember that. But all right, here we go.
Oh, look at
1,
me.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One more time for good measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
It's like half a frame per second.
That he was never winded because that was 14 takes for 7 seconds.
Yeah, I
hate. Just take 32 shots of you jumping on the fence, please?
the rest of the whole movie was at the same gradient level. Like he didn't go up or down. He was just right in the middle of the bar.
Oh man.
So just
don't ask him to ski though.
Quick survey. How do you guys feel about those cutaways in a movie? Do you find it to be jarring, or do you think it adds, or do you feel that it actually adds to the action experience of the film?
You might be able to get 10 in 19 seconds without me being irritated, but 14 all in the same action sequence. Like if that could have been double that amount of cuts, but if every scene it showed me a different building blowing up like in a war, I wouldn't be mad because it's showing me a whole world, just different instances of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could do that, but like this is, they could have shown the same thing in 1 second. Full speed. Whoop, and he's over the fence. Or maybe 3 seconds. We'll give him credit. 7 seconds. It's a 19-second video with 14 cuts.
Yeah. What about you, Spencer? How do you feel? Do you feel that many cutaways or that many whatever, is that adding to the action, or do you find it to just be jarring or whatever? Just not a great experience.
I think it's all about who's really doing it. It's like a time and a place. So, like for instance, like Paul Greengrass is known for doing it with the Bourne series.
Bless you.
And
was that a sneeze? Say it again.
Paul Greengrass.
Bless you.
That sounds like something someone says on Impractical Jokers. Is there a Paul Greengrass here? Greengrass Paul. Get some grass. It's green.
I think it's Paul Greengrass.
All right, fair enough. But yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's just like when you watch like the Bourne films and how quick they do the cuts, it's like you kind of almost jive with it. Like
I've seen him, and now that you say it, like I remember that. Like it's a very like drone shot, angle to angle type film.
Especially, 2 and 3 especially. But like when I see it in something like a Transformers movie, it's just like, all right, I need to get like a vomit bag. Give me some time. Like this is too much.
I can't even tell who the Decepticons are at this point.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Wait, who's fighting who now?
What the fuck?
Kid, you tell me who's Optimus Prime in here. All right, who's Jazz? And the kid's like, I like action and turtles.
I like action and turtles.
I love the Transformers.
Fucking
movies,
useless,
bro. Lucius. I think that was the best use of CGI I've ever seen.
Yeah,
exceeding Avatar. Avatar, which by the way, I think the show that I did with Big Shotgun Mike, a solo, me and him, we discussed it, and in fact, I'm actually sure about that. And there's like scheduled like another 4 Avatar movies, guaranteed, already
5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but like already
he's just adding on,
already named, already planned, and guess what? They don't care if actors die. We have fucking computers good enough now. If you've said enough words to film a 2-hour movie, we have your voice. Like we own you.
Well, don't forget, it's a 2-hour movie, but you also have to forget that they probably shot more than 4 hours of footage they have to condense down.
Right, that you get in the special edition that they upcharging the DVD for.
Exactly, or the Blu-ray or the Laserdisc.
Yeah,
I was listening to Sigourney Weaver. It was Sigourney Weaver, and then another time it was Kate Winslet, and I think they were both on WTF. And the host of WTF was like, "So what's it like being in those James Cameron Avatar movies?" And it's like, I did it so many years ago, I literally forgot what I did. It's like that's how far in advance he is with filming this stuff, and it's just so funny to hear both of them say the same thing, where they're like, "Yeah, I did it in like a year and a half, and then I was done, and beats me what happened."
Yeah, that's WTF with Mark Maron, right?
Yeah, Mark Maron.
Okay,
yeah.
I need to listen to that show again.
So what are you guys' shows? Leon just brought up a good thing, because I don't know. I know you guys, but I don't know.
What did I bring up?
Who? Wait, where'd he go? What? Okay, no, but like you brought up a good point where you asked him, what he likes. What do you guys listen to for shows? I'm a Joe Rogan whore. I listen to every Rogan so much that I have to stop listening to Rogan so Rogan can catch up on me. Like you know what I mean? And then I have a second show that I do too, Painkiller already. But so those two. What about you guys? What's your I will listen to this show? Like you will, because it's if you have a free moment, you will.
I mean, I'm mostly, if we're talking about in terms of podcasts, I'm mostly just listening to The Office Ladies, The Friendship Onion, and a couple of D&D podcasts, which are Dungeons and Daddies and Shadow of the Old Republic, which is a Star Wars RPG, which is pretty hilarious. Most of them are pretty funny. And then this other one called The Dark Dice, which is more serious. But there was this one show I used to listen to avidly, which was Welcome to Night Vale. That one was a good one.
What was that about?
The format of the show is a radio host who is going over recent current events that have happened in the town of Night Vale, and then it's just really weird things that happen. One of the episodes I can recall was where they were the Eagle Scouts that were going to transcend. But transcendence means that they were going to lose their corporal body, their physical body, and drop it, and then become one with the universe. That was the next level of the Eagle Scouts in this world. Another one was a gas cloud that came in that was raining dead dogs.
Dead dogs? Were these like big dogs, or were these like little
it's all being described by the
all
radio.
Pomskis.
Oh no. The second episode, that's the one that always made me laugh. It was lock your doors, close your windows, board them up. It's street cleaning day. Don't go outside for street cleaning day. And then the dog park. Don't look at the dog park. Don't ever go to the dog park. Humans are not allowed in the dog park. Dogs are not allowed in the dog park. If you see hooded figures in the dog park, just ignore them. It's like weird. It's quirky shit like that in the show. It's pretty
Okay. Ignore the pointy hoods. Don't go in the dog park. You or your dog. It's not a dog park.
I think it's like the sheriff's secret army that goes there. I don't remember. It's been so long since I listened to the series.
Sounds like a little bit like Creepshow, where it's got the horror edge to it, but it's got the splash of campiness.
Yeah, I think that was the whole point.
Yeah, no, I like it when it gets done like that. It's always like very interesting, and like it's a good way to cut out the fear tension too.
Yeah, one of the writers on that show is Mara. I can't remember her name. Mara Wilson. She played Matilda.
Oh, word, yeah.
She's one of the writers on the show, and she does some of the voice acting on it as well.
She came out with a book about herself, which was like really interesting to read. I didn't read it, but I listened to the audible of it. And it's just like, it's not like she had a perfect life or anything, but like, just like you listen to her talk about herself as a child, and it's like you're just like a little adult. It's just like you were just like thrown into something, and you just had to pick up what everybody was laying down.
I mean, that's a lot of child actors, though. They're never really 10 years old. They're fucking 21. By the time they start acting at the age of 8, they're already hitting 18.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, think about it. You got to do all your schoolwork and then still remember your lines for that episode or movie. It's like I can't imagine that being like a little thing to get accomplished.
They get fast tracked on school though. Like most of those kids that they're not doing what we did for school. Like you know what I mean?
They're essentially homeschooled.
They're making money, so they're like, all right, here's a test, real quick. All right, now let's go act. Like one of those.
I don't know about that. I know they get tested. Like it's pretty diligent. Like if you look at half of these children actors, like you realize that most of them actually go to like Ivy League schools afterwards.
Yeah, didn't one of the two twins from the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? I think one of them went to college to learn video game production.
Yeah, there you go. Even like part of the cast of the Wonder Years, like one went to Yale, one went to Stanford.
Winning.
Winning. Yeah. She went to say, but like, and what's his name? The kid from Hook and what is it? Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh,
he went to Yale also. Or I think he went to Harvard. He went.
Okay.
To. And like he wound up like he was this child actor and everything. We all knew him back in the 90s. And then like after the 90s, he just faded away and he wound up becoming like a really successful lawyer in New York. And it's just like I always get interested. It's like, yeah, I did acting. It was all right. It paid for school and everything. Now I do this professionally, and it's just like, wow, that's a dramatic turn.
Right. Yeah, right. Child acting is just something they did.
Yeah.
When you hear a lot about these child actors, they always look back at it and go, well, it was something that I did, but it wasn't something I never really wanted to do. And in Frankie Muniz's case, he just got into a lot of car accidents and then got a lot of brain damage that fucked up his long-term memory.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. He can't remember what the episodes he filmed in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah,
that's like saying I can't remember all the bread I've ever eaten. Like there's a lot of fucking Malcolm in the Middle episodes, bro. Like I remember 7 out of 700, and he's like, I just don't remember filming it. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah. He's made statements that he's gone back and watched the show and he sees a completely different person on screen. He goes, because I don't remember doing that. That's how he looked.
That's psychosis.
What are the odds that he just says that because he doesn't want to be approached anymore with those questions? Like, what's it like to work with Breaking Bad actors? Like, I don't know. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. Like he wasn't in Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad didn't exist. You're preceding it.
No, but Bryan Cranston, the father, was the
but Hal. Yeah, he played Hal.
Yeah,
Malcolm in the Middle had fully ended before that had even started, though.
Oh, right, true.
No, but I meant like being asked questions even up to now. Like
really?
Like he's like, yeah, because what did people remember him? Agent Cody Banks? I don't think so.
I mean, I remember
he kickstarted that franchise, okay, and they fucking
he kickstarted it.
Yeah, it was like when they made a XXX movie without Vin Diesel. It was horrible.
Dude, it was amazing.
Oh, lay off the cube.
It was amazing.
I defy you to change my mind. That's a good movie.
Bro, I learned about...
none of that XXX stuff is good in my opinion.
I mean, it's not Riddick. It's not Riddick and it's not Fast 9.
Riddick is amazing too. And don't you mock Fast and the Furious, you non-Fast and the Furious watcher, you slow-ass Honda driver.
First of all, I drive a Toyota Tercel.
Exactly. I've never put a part in one of those. I know it's not fast. It sounds like something from Europe. Is it small and cute?
Like my penis. You can't set me up like that, man.
Are either of you car guys? Like car guys? Like when I
No.
step on my gas pedal, there's an innate urge in my body to push it further, and I want to.
I'm gonna have to say no on that.
Okay,
I
I'm a
have a-
heavy yes. Enough for you two.
I have a lead foot is how I'll put it.
Wha-bam!
Yeah.
So does my baby mama, dude. Honestly, we're going around corner. She steps on the gas. It's like, whoa, here we go. Once we get going, it's steady, but like to get going, you're doing flexing. You know what I mean? I'm doing curl ups.
Especially if I get like themes going on in the car, because I got like a playlist of themes, and like any of those will just ignite me
You
to
just,
go further.
I am the most gentle driver. I mean, obviously, I race everywhere, but like outside of racing everywhere, I consistently race. Like I don't stall it. I don't miss shift. I'm very consistent with my speed. If I put the pedal on a speed, I can do exactly 45 forever and never touch a painted line. I take pride that I can be wasted and not touch a painted line. No yellow line, no white line. I'm right in the middle. Cops behind me? Yeah, well, I have 6 inches on each side. Measure it. You ain't pulling me over. And I'm talking to him while he's behind me. I'm like, you ain't gonna get me. Look how good I drive. Deep breath. Oh, I almost swear. Nope, I'm good. Okay.
Never
like,
really done that with them.
yeah, dude. I know. I just that's like instead of paranoia, it's pronoia. You know, instead of being like, oh, those two people are talking about me. Nah, they're clearly talking about how good I am. And you wave and smile, boys. Like the penguins from Madagascar.
I love those guys.
Wave and smile, boys.
They had a show.
They do have a show. They don't have.
They
a
did.
show.
They still it's still going. I thought
It must be, bro. I've watched the same episode 10 times. I can't tell the difference. They're penguins. I'm just like, they're penguins. I don't care what they're doing. I'm just so caught up in them being penguins. I don't care what they do. Animated, real, they're penguins. Like that's where like a small part of me argues with the difference between seeing something online and seeing something in real life. If we're talking about the vastness of the Grand Canyon, I think you kind of need to go. Like I need to stand on the Great Wall of China to appreciate it. I think I've seen pictures. It looks fucking dope. But when I stand on it,
Marvel of engineering.
I think it'll be better. You know what I mean? I think that's a thing. But when we're talking about a show, if I've never been to the Arctic and seen real penguins, but I've been to the Boston Aquarium and seen puffins or whatever, you know, it's hard for me to relate. Like I don't want to go to Antarctica. That takes a lot. I don't have the funds. Like I'm not going to Antarctica soon. So when I see a real penguin on the Discovery Channel and then an animated penguin, like in my mind, I get the same stimulus. Like they're both penguins. And I'm like, oh my God, penguins. I could care less. And so in that instance, I argue whether or not seeing it in real life or seeing it in animated matters. But penguins are dope, bro. Like these little
This is right there.
fucking
Those guys
penguins.
right there?
Dude,
Yeah.
penguins are super cute. Like
They're adorable.
they wear a
100%.
tuxedo for their entire life. Have you ever been that swag? You sleep in a tuxedo, you wake up in a tuxedo. Guess what you do when you eat? You're in a tuxedo. And guess what? You can swim great. You can slide in your belly. Your tuxedo doesn't get dirty because you're wick. You're slidey. They're such cool birds. And they don't fly. They're flightless birds. What's up? We swim. We don't fly.
And they make great advisors when you're in your personal cave.
And they Me Too'd us because the fathers watch the eggs.
Spencer got the joke. He got the reference.
Oh boy.
For anyone else that didn't get that reference, that was a Fight Club reference. I made there.
That was laid down super thick, buddy. I was just about to ask for spit-free soup. Spit-free
What?
soup.
That's a spit-free swoop. I was like, what? Is that the
soup.
code? Like, let him out of the vice? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, have you ever seen Fight Club?
Thousands of times.
Yeah, and the only thing I remember from it is like abs and them being like, don't talk about Fight Club because you're on Fight Club. Shut up.
And don't
about Fight
forget-
Club.
The only reason you remember about the abs is because Joe Rogan loves to talk about Brad Pitt abs in that movie.
Maybe that I could be biased because I'm a Rogan disciple, bro. Like I'd vote for him for president every term.
I was listening to
He
the
doesn't want to
not
be
a
president,
recent-
but like I would vote for him.
I used to listen to Joe Rogan, not so much after he went onto Spotify, but I listened like recently because he had Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
And
I
I
listened to
was-
that. That was great. That I didn't expect that guy's voice to be like that. I've seen a few of his movies, and I've never seen a picture of him. And I'm on my forklift, and the episode starts, and I read the name beforehand, so I knew it was him. And then he starts talking. I'm like, this sounds like a vibrant, awake, young motherfucker. And like he's an aged chap.
Oh, dude, he slowed down a minute too. Like 20 years ago, that guy was speak lickety split. Like it was almost hard to catch up on what he was actually saying.
Wow,
And
if this
now-
is slow him. I can't
Cocaine's
imagine.
a hell of a drug.
Now he's slow. Oh, there's a great story.
And he's still
what is it?
fast, but like
Fiona Apple, I think she wrote in her book or something that like one night she was with Paul Thomas Anderson because she was actually seeing him at one point in time. And it was Paul Thomas Anderson and Quentin Tarantino. And I can't speak verbatimly about what happened, but from what legend has it is that like it was basically the two of them coked out all night just talking about movies, and she was bored as fuck.
yeah.
She was like, I want out of here. And all I could think about is like, I wish I was a fly on the wall just to hear what they had to speak about.
Talk about samurai movies, old spaghetti westerns,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God, yeah.
Old war movies. Like, oh man, it was a great Dirty Dozen, Bridge Too Far. Great movies, guys. And
The
then
Dirty Dozen's also a good band. It's Eminem's band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they were around before Eminem. Then they got Eminem.
Yeah, but
Yes.
like let's be honest. They weren't the Dirty 11. They were,
No, but one hand washes the other.
Right?
If it wasn't for that, he would have never been. And then if he would have never been, they would have never been.
I don't know about that. Dre found him long before the Dirty Dozen. You know what I mean? Like he was already kind of, or maybe post, but like either way, like once Dre
It
got
was
involved.
post.
Was it post?
It was post.
Okay, because I heard of Dre and Eminem long before I heard of D12. But like
Yeah.
D12 ended when Proof died.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate. So
Yeah. That he got popped in the head, right? I think
that's an insulting way to say it. He got murdered with a pistol.
Sorry to be so reductive. I apologize.
Corrected Leon. You're like, nah, that's insulting thing to say.
You know, it was like when that one woman
You
put that
foolbarded.
headline out that said Jesselyn Maxwell slept with women as the groom, and then a woman responded back, "No, she raped them." The word you're looking for is raped.
she slept with an insomniac, you know, who wasn't in the insomnia part. That's all.
All right, but he was straight up murder. Was it in a studio? Or
I don't know
was it
any of the
like
context. I just
outside?
know he was shot.
Yeah.
Like that's all.
I remember
knew.
that. I
was
do
just
remember
fucking
that.
with you, but like,
No, it hurt. Yeah, and my feelings are.
I'm
fucking
not gonna lie. I don't know most of their voices like off the rip. Like I couldn't name like most of them out. Like I know all the names, but it's like drawing the lines from name to person during each song. When there's so many songs, it can get thick. But Proof is one of the people whose voice I could always pick out because he always had like a certain style. You know
Yeah,
what I
had
mean?
that. His voice was really like he would rap like this. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Deltron.
Oh hell yeah!
Is that
Del
a
the-
Transformer?
no, Deltron
No.
3030. Del the funky
Yeah.
Homo sapien. Hello.
Mastermind.
We're all Homo sapiens.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Dabalina. Hello.
Oh, dude, you.
Did he do a Dabolina?
No.
Oh my god, dude, you need to listen to Deltron 3030 after this. He's
Yeah.
amazing. He's
That
fucking
whole
sick.
album. That
I only
album,
listen. I only listen to
up.
things I can spell.
Deltron.
Oh, it's phonetic. Okay.
Deltron 3030. And he has like other
What era?
You heard him in like Gorillas.
yeah, he does the
Who's Gorillaz?
Clint Eastwood.
What the fuck?
Oh no, you're not. You're
The
fucking
fuck?
yeah.
No, I really don't. Like, girls are in
Yo, I
the
think you
zoo.
got a little too much vitamin D, buddy.
Yeah,
A
too much
lot
dick
of
in your
it.
system.
Too much.
Take the dick out
I
of your
am
system,
full of
buddy.
it.
All right,
Full.
no, all right, but you know the song Clint Eastwood by the Grills. It's like they're
No, I literally
break
don't know
high.
who the Gorillas are, or I know who Clint Eastwood is, but they're clearly
You don't know
talking
that.
about it.
You don't. No, you don't know the song that goes, "I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine
No,
in a bad." You don't know that song.
no,
Everyone knows that lyric.
Wow,
no.
dude,
What the fuck? How old are you
Got me.
again?
26.
he's 21.
26, bro.
You're 26.
How old are you, Leon?
We've been over this. I have more pubic hairs than your own age.
26.
Okay.
Still, even for being almost a decade older, you should still
Yeah, but, like,
you should still know that.
I'm an R&B guy, and I have 7,000 songs on my phone. Know every one of them, every breath, every word, every cusp of how to speak it. Outside of those 7,000, like, did I haven't listened to new music since 2008?
I mean,
Like, I listen to those
but they've been around
same-
since like 1998.
Yeah, but I was born in '94. Why would I?
So
why would
what?
I backtrack?
But
I
you
don't
know
listen-
Eminem. Wait, you know
Well,
Eminem.
you know
though.
Eminem. Eminem is from '98.
Eminem got famous when I was starting to listen to music, and when I was conscientious enough to choose my own tracks, he was already huge.
Oh my goodness!
And he's
this guy.
that's like calling out the king. It's like calling out Elvis in a time when rock barely existed without him. And
All
being
right,
like,
you know Dr. Dre.
yeah, but I never listened to him for him.
But you know Dr. Dre.
I
But you
only
know
learned about
Dr.
Dre because of Eminem.
All right, and what about Jay-Z?
Yeah, I learned about
H
him
to
a
the
lot.
Izzo.
Okay. So you know all these, but for some reason the Gorillas, Deltron, that just kind of
Wow.
zoomed past you.
All right,
you
you
got
need to
me.
go. All right, if you're someone who really respects rap music and even R&B, you have to give Gorillaz a listen because the way the project works,
And
Was-
Deltron.
yeah, and Deltron, but the way the
30,
project
30.
works for Gorillaz, it was that the lead singer of Blur, I'm spacing on his name right now, but he started this project where he wanted to find more rappers and introduce rappers into this like this mix of this like folk and rap kind of genre that he was just like kind of just ad hocing together. So he would only find, he was very particular on what kind of rappers he would find. Deltron 3030 was one. He got De La Soul has been on a couple of the tracks. Like the guy is very particular on who he chooses. So
Like, do you guys know who Nas is? Like,
Yeah, of
Nas?
course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, like that's one that I think most people know. You know what I mean? I know a lot about him. You know
New
what I mean?
York State of Mind.
Tupac and Biggie. I'm super familiar with them. They're up there. I think if we had a top five, I'm pretty familiar on the top five. I don't know the Gorillas reach top five of R&B and hip hop.
I mean,
if we're gonna
uh,
include 100 years of sales,
I mean,
like,
there's a lot
in
of people who
general.
know I mean, all right, not discounting you, but I've talked to people. I can't say whatever their ages are, but I know some of them are around Spencer and I's age, and they know the Gorillas. And then I've talked to people younger who know. It's just like a thing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know it. If you don't, you don't. It's one of those things, right? I can sit there and talk to somebody my age and go, "Hey, Childish Gambino," and they go, "Who the fuck is that?"
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
What'd
That
you call
happens?
me?
Huh?
Does that really happen? I mean, I could see it happening 10 years from now, but does that happen now?
It has happened where I go, "Yeah, Childish Gambino," and they go,
I'm not,
"Who
see,
is
I'm not
that?"
surprised with that either.
Tyler,
Like,
Tyler the Creator.
and I'm not surprised with that either. That dude literally makes albums that he says he knows sucks. He wanted it to suck. Its goal was to suck. And like the first time I heard it, I was like, I sense suck. Like this, like for a guy who I know and makes good music, he didn't like fuck around. Like he just fucked around. And like because he said that, it was okay. It was the cool fuck around album. But like I've never heard of it. Like, everyone's got a thing. Lil Dicky's got niches, like super niches, and
Everyone's got their blind spots. Let's just put it that way, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got their blind spot. I didn't even know there was more Fast and Furious movies. Everyone has their blind spots.
So when Childish Gambino is just starting off with that first album, he was closing a Thursday night at Bonnaroo. And it's not like he had a big stage or anything because it was like the first night. So like nobody's really getting all that riled up for, something for the first night. And I tell you something, he had a small ass stage. The crowd that he had was like decent, really good, decent sized crowd. But when he started just jamming out, like people were just like, it was like a mecca. People just started coming over and everything. And he was spewing some great lines where I was just like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's like, he mentions Nintendo in a rap song. I love it. Sign me up. Who is this guy? Childish Gambino, I'm in.
And then he got his start as being a writer on the TV show 30 Rock.
Well, even before that, he was writing on SNL. And
before that, he had a internet show with a couple other guys called Mystery Team.
And before that, his mom pushed him out of her vagina.
Yep.
And his name's Danny Glover.
Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, buddy.
Yeah.
Get it right. He's not related to Danny Glover.
It would have been awesome. It would have been a better Lethal 4 movie than as opposed to Chris Rock.
There was a Lethal Weapon 4 with Chris Rock?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Rest in peace, Richard Donner.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
wasn't a terrible movie, but it wasn't a movie that I break my back to go see again.
That's like refilming Lord of the Rings and changing Gandalf with like a midget, being like,
Let's put Peter Dinklage in here.
See what I mean?
Peter Dinklage in here.
Get John Candy as fucking Gandalf. Like it would have been a different movie.
We can't get Peter Dinklage. All right, let's get Danny DeVito.
What? Look at me. I'm the wizard. I'm gonna cast spells over there. I'm gonna cast spells over there. And that's how we're gonna do it. You shall not pass. No, you, Balrog. You're not gonna pass. You're not gonna pass.
He's a funny fucking guy, man. Like he's one of those people who like the whole being short, you got to be funny thing totally applies.
I'll tell you something. It's not so much. I mean, he says a lot of things that just crack me the fuck up. And a side note, he's a hell of a director in his own way. But one of the funniest things I ever seen him do was a physical comedy where it's the Christmas special of It's Always Sunny, and you see him like basically get birthed out of the couch, and he's fully naked.
Wow, way to take me back, buddy.
Dude, I laughed. I had to pause it. Like I just couldn't stop
on
laughing.
Your TiVo? You had to pause it on your TiVo?
Yeah, I had to pause it on the TiVo. I literally, I was so unexpected of what to see next that I just fucking lost it. It was, I know it wasn't even on TiVo because it came. It was a TiVo. But I think I saw it originally on the DVD. The DVD.
It was on my DVR.
That was recorded. That was at work.
But just seeing Danny DeVito's like giant ass crack popping out of that couch and just rolling over, and see him just like it's like kind of like an alien just came out of a fucking person's body. It's just hysterical.
Fantastic.
Obviously, I enjoyed that.
Brilliant filmmaking.
Yes, exceptional filmmaking. They should have won an Emmy for that, if you ask me.
Yeah. And now, yeah. I have like Sunny in Philadelphia still going. It's amazing. I love that. I did love that.
That was a good show. That was a show that got burnt out on me fast. Like I have an internal wick for comedy, and so like if it I don't know, like maybe I'm just weird, but like if you do too much of the same thing, it gets to me. And I don't know, like their show from the get-go was skit writing, and it's like maybe once an episode is 2 skits and they're really long, or maybe once an episode is 8.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? It's just like every time I turn it on, I know it's going to be some preposterous fucking shit where Charlie does something super fucking ridiculous. And then everyone else has to recover. And it's like, I love that, but it's one of those like predictability things. And like as a background show, it's a show that before I've seen the episodes, it can be a background show. Because as long as I know where the voices are coming from, it's the same stupid, silly shit. Whereas like, I'm drawn to watch like Impractical Jokers because there's things I've seen that had nothing to do with the episode in the back of the crowd. You know what I mean? Whereas like most of that show takes place in an empty bar. You know what I mean?
Impractical
happens
jokes?
when you're only
Dude, I watched the whole thing front to back like 3 times. I think it's so fucking funny, man.
I can never get into it.
Why can't you get into it? It's completely like
I don't know why.
Don't you do you have best friends who you're comical with besides us? Because we're not your best friends apparently.
I don't have
this metaphor.
I have to be honest with you. Almost all my friends are online. Like one of my good friends that I talk to is over in fucking BC, Canada.
Well, I've got friends from school who I was like super close with, and when I was homeless and running around, I lived with them, and we were, you know what I mean, friends closer than brothers, closer than cousins, closer than the Dukes of Hazzard brothers, like super tight, and like so tight. He'd be like, "Yo, I have a bow and arrow," and I'd be like, "That's sick." And we'd walk outside, and I'd be smoking a cigarette, and I'd be like, "Huh, recycling bin. Yo, you shoot the arrow, I'll catch it." And then we did that, and I ran down to the yard, and he shot the arrow, and I looked up, and it was right above me, and I went, "Ah!" And I jumped and went fucking supine, but the other way. So like whatever length, I went prone. That's the opposite of supine. I went prone. And it hit me in the center of the spine. I have like a 3-inch scar down my spine from an arrow hitting me. And it's a good thing it was like a training arrow, not a real one, because I would have got arrowed. But like, I almost had it, and I retain that to this day.
It's worse than being bullet.
That's one of the guys who like I can relate to with the Impractical Jokers thing. If you knew someone
playing it, Leon, I love it
for 30 years. You know what I mean? It's just it's fucking funny, man. Like
I understand it, but I've watched episodes and I just go,
Yeah, but you don't have the friends.
It's
so you don't
cringe. No,
understand
it's
it.
just cringe-worthy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right. It's
Why
like
is
this.
it cringe? Explain the cringe. Give me
I'll explain. All right.
pragmaticism in your cringe.
You start, here you got.
Let
like
the man talk, Ricky.
You got all right. So you got like this one. All right. You got one group of friends known as the Impractical Jokes. All right, a bunch of guys who just do these harmless gags to each other or towards.
They're not all harmless. They got tattoos for a punishment once, but yeah, continue.
Okay, it's still harmless. It is harmless.
That's permanent pain.
Okay, but you really dig that and you find that funny. 20 years ago, I would have been like, oh, you know what's funny? Jackass. Yes. Jackass. There's the funniness. There's the hurt. There's the pain. There's people doing Impractical jokes.
They're permanently fucked up for life. Like this is
Ryan Dunn's dead.
Hey, they fought for the laughter. They wanted you to laugh.
They win.
Bam Margera's a train wreck.
I love Jackass. This is family fun comedy. They have families come to these shows and 5-year-olds get excited that these men are joking with each other. Like it's family. I watch it with my daughter in the room and I don't have to freak out about anything. Like it's all, you know what I mean? Like hyperbolic, infused humor with action. Like, I don't know. I
wait. Are you speaking as a parent now? Is this the reason why you like it? Because it's like you could just put it on, your daughter will be like, oh yeah, this is great.
No,
you don't have
I
to
think
worry
Ricky.
about it.
I think Ricky generally likes it. I think he genuinely likes the show.
But
yeah,
it's also it's dad humor. Like it is. They're all, most of them are dads, first of all. But like it's dad humor. Like there's a type of humor that is dad humor, and for some, like my buddy Eric, who's a dad, he has dad humor. Like he hits you with the jokes that are like just I don't have an example, but like the ones that are one-liners and they're like super stupid. Like it's like it's a small genre of like you've become dad shaped and dad minded, and you're so whittled by weather of stress and women and work and W's of every direction.
Look, I like that. I enjoy dad humor. All right, I subscribe
that's the whole show, bro.
I subscribe to our dad jokes on Reddit. Okay,
that's a fallacy. Because you're on our dad jokes doesn't mean you can be a dad joke liker.
Oh, I love dad jokes. I'm all about dad jokes.
So
but
you say,
I
as you
can't
shit on dad jokes.
I'm not shitting on dad jokes.
Then why don't you like Impractical Jokers?
I didn't say I hate it. I just said
I didn't say you hated it. I said you didn't like it.
What I'm saying is I can't get into it.
Because
that's all
you don't like it. But why don't you like it?
No, liking and not liking it are inconsequential in
but
this.
But what you like, you do, and you don't do it, so you don't like it.
What that doesn't mean anything. It's
that's
like
a direct correlation.
No,
the things
it is
you
not.
Like you do. There's nothing that you don't like that you don't want to do. That is one of the confines of liking it.
I'm not into cars. I drive a car, but I'm not into cars. Does that mean I hate cars and people that are into cars? No,
but that's different. That's a utilitarian
that's the exact argument that you're making.
Oh, this is fun.
There is an exception. Your rebuttal in my initial what I had said was a car, and a car is a utilitarian, societally needed thing to do this job. Right? I, on the other hand, am talking about the kind-heartedness to like dad humor in the show.
That's fantastic. You like. I don't care for it. I can't get into it. I don't hate it. I see people.
It doesn't make you laugh though. You could straight face every episode.
I mean,
that episode I watched. Straight face every episode. Right?
Yeah, every episode I watched.
Let's put $1,000 on the table.
I pretty much straight faced it. Yeah, you know, if anything, I would have been like, that's funny. I get it.
I've already seen it, and I would lose that $1,000 because I've done that shit. I've been at Walmart and had my uncle tap me on the shoulder, and I turn around. There's a whole family of kids behind him that he can't see, but fucking he knows they're there, and that's maybe why he's doing this. But he'll tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, have you figured out that yeast infection yet?" And like, I'm talking pre-transgender, so like that wasn't a thing, but like literally just to get a and like that was the humor I grew up with like my dad's friends, and like they would do crazy shit like that all the time. And so my dad's form of punishment was, if you don't do your homework, you're gonna do push-ups at home, and then whenever I want, and you run the grocery store, you're gonna do push-ups in the grocery store. And so when we bet on football, it was push-ups at the grocery store. So I'd be in line checking out with my dad and be like, "Hey, Dad, I think there's 8 push-ups on the floor." and then he'd have to do 8 push-ups. And I never won the bet, so I never ever said that to him. But if I had won the bets, I would have said that to him. So I did lots of push-ups on Hannaford's floor, and you were buying you were buying your bread and your.
So
chips
the show is
salsa.
Relatable to you. Great.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
I'm not gonna diminish your love of that at all. You know,
I know you're trying to put mustard on this bread, but I am not sold.
No, you don't need. Yeah.
What the fuck kind of stuff was that?
That's the summary of like a dad joke on on Impractical Jokes.
Now give me. I think the thing that really gets it for me is the earpiece. That is a fancy enough amount of tech to be like, it's super subtle and it looks like a hearing aid. Like it's for just this little bud in your ear, and they can employ, like, communication is the funniest thing to me, and like that whole show is propagated by it. I think that's like.
So Rich, I got a question for you. Have you seen the movie, the origin movie?
Is it like of Impractical Jokers?
Prometheus?
Or is the movie named Origin Movie?
No, it's Impractical Jokes, the movie.
Yeah, I watched it.
And it's like a whole origin on how like they actually do what they do now.
Yeah, they had a different name, and they were like actual, like, you know what I mean, like the skit group together. You know what I mean?
And you like the wait, back up for a second. What did you think about the movie overall? Like, what movie would you compare that to?
Dude, I'm super biased. It's not the same thing. Like, it's not like it's gonna be on HBO. This is, I mean, it was on HBO. It's not like this is gonna be. Don't me, like, because it's in this space. It gets
Don't yeah me.
Don't yeah me.
I need that on a t-shirt now. Don't yeah me.
Just because it's in the HBO bin doesn't mean it gets reverence that it's supposed to be special. Like, I don't fully retain what it was. Like I said, I've gone through the 8 seasons now, and the first time I ever did it, I went like just the top 3 seasons. I went topical, and I finished it, and I loved it. So I started at season 1, and I watched maybe 3 episodes a night. So I'm talking 4 months ago, I was on episode 1 or whatever, and I'm just about now wrapping up season 8, which I fully remember from watching 4 months ago when I first started with the first 3 or last 3, and I do remember watching a movie about it, and I don't know, I'm biased. Like I die in my video game more often than I can fucking count, because I'm eyes on the jokers making jokes in fucking Central Park. Like, and my game's important. Like, dude, this is, if I die, like, that's 3 hours gone. I played for 3 hours. I just lost all 3 hours because I died, and I can't retain it. Like, because
you hated the Impractical Origin movie. Got it.
No.
That's what you're saying. You're saying you could not take your eyes off of your video game.
No, I'm saying the opposite. I'm dying in my game because I can't take my eyes off the jokers.
Okay, so you are saying that you liked it that much. Okay, got it.
There's so much. There's more credit going to these people than I really wanted in this episode.
I think it's,
you know what?
hilarious.
At the end of the day, they make their money. They make their money. So
I don't care about the money.
I can't be mad at them. You know, they have a show.
I ain't mad. I'm just not laughing. That's it. I'm not laughing.
They're not making me laugh. I'm part of that 10% that doesn't get it.
You can be.
No, I get. Listen, I get it. It's wholesome comedy. A whole family watches it. Yippty fucking do. It's not for me. Okay.
Do, he says.
Let me tell you something. When I was a kid,
I'm walking here.
Okay. Fuck off. Let me tell you something. All right. When I was in the 2nd grade, my father went to go take me to True Lies. So just to give you an idea of what kind of upbringing
way before
I had.
Avatar.
Yeah, way before
I know True Lies, a VHS tape style.
Great movie.
So when other people were watching Hercules and The Nightmare Before Christmas, I was watching True Lies, Species.
Species. She was so hot. I bang her too.
I've never seen it.
Well, I had no idea what was banging, but I was like, yes, I want to be around this woman. Whatever she's doing with these people, I want that done to me.
All she wants is she's not going to kill you at the end of it. She just wants your seed to propagate her species. All right, you can have it.
Yeah. No, but really cool note. The little girl in the beginning of that movie, Species, the little girl alien,
right?
That's played by Michelle Williams.
Have you guys seen the new Conjuring already?
There's a new Conjuring movie.
The subject. God damn it! No, I'm kidding. Change up the subject.
I'm done with this. Move on.
I heard about it, but God, I heard there was more bad reviews than anything.
Who listens to reviews, bro? Some reviews are just wrong. But
when you get a majority of them, that's
that can be wrong though. Because like that, are you not biased towards a few tropes that no matter the circumstance, if they exist, you like it? Like, because like that's my circumstance. If you give me like one of three things across four different, examples of it, like if you hit me with, I can't even describe it. I don't have it fucking pre-labeled in my mind. But it like there's a certain thing that if you do it, I'm like, yeah. And like you can hit me with everything I don't like preceding what I like. But yeah, like Fast and the Furious, it's cars and women and cars and cars and cars, and then
People
a bunch
like
of guys who shouldn't get near the cars.
Yeah.
Cars. Yeah, I love it. Like I love cars.
Right. But they are poorly reviewed movies, but that doesn't stop you from watching. No, I totally get where you're coming from. And I have to disagree with Spencer, like review. But I have to disagree with Spencer, like just because a bunch of people hated the movie, that's not gonna stop you or me to going and enjoying the movie, right? It's because
it really depends. Like here's the thing. Am I talking about like critic reviews? No. Like I'm talking about like the normal people.
Everybody.
Like,
okay.
Everybody. Like that. Those are the people I'm really
general
looking
audience.
Towards. Yeah. The general audience. Give me the general audience's opinion. Now, do they always get a 9? When it comes down to it being like a 6 and a 7 or like a 5.5 through a 7, that's like a big gap where it's either you're going to love or hate it in your personal opinion. So like I can understand that. I get that. That's not a problem. But what I'm trying to say is like when I feel like everyone kind of mentions the same comment of disliking it, like kind of almost like how people had the same angst about The Last Jedi. It was just like, okay.
I was just thinking about that movie too.
I've never seen any Star Wars. So.
You're not missing much.
I know.
That's an
as a Star Wars fan.
See, I know that I played video games. I've crashed that into shit a bunch. Like I played countless hours of the PS2 fucking Star Wars game in the Battlefront or whatever.
Oh, Battlefront was amazing.
Super good game.
Yes.
Like I fucking love it.
Hell yeah, great.
The one that came out like 10 years ago, or 15 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
like more like 15 years ago. We're old.
I was on PS2. Yeah.
Was it PS? Yeah, it was PS2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was because I just graduated high school. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, but no, super good game, and I'm not against it. Like I'm so not against Star Wars. If I honestly met a guy friend or a new girlfriend who was a fucking Star Warsite, I'd be in. I'd be like, all right, you give me your version of the best of it, and I'd go and I'd watch every inch of it, and I would go into it open headed, even knowing a little bit now. And I'm not. It's not salty in my mouth. It's just that's not the genre I'm dumping into. I
get it.
What I mean,
as a huge Star Wars fan, I'll tell you, like the new trilogy.
I have to ask
that
a
great.
question, not Star Wars related.
Sure.
Do you guys ever respect a movie based on something that doesn't have to do with what you're actually seeing from the script? Like I will sometimes respect a movie that was poorly executed, but their script was on fucking par. They just did that.
Yeah. It's called The Chronicles of Riddick. All right. It was the most.
I loved all those. I thought they were great.
No, it's a poorly reviewed movie. I mean, based off of critics, but it's a great action sci-fi film from beginning to end.
Yeah, all of them are. All three.
Oh yeah, all three are great movies.
Pitch Black, The Chronicles of Riddick, and Riddick the Dark, whatever. You know, that planet with the dog and shit and the poison. But no,
well summed up.
Yeah. Amazing movies, and I agree with that too. But I even sometimes respect a movie based on what, like, from a filming standpoint. Like I've seen movies before that had a shoddy script, and I looked at reviews, and before the movie, I looked at reviews, and I saw that like the director left halfway through, and like so there was some problems.
Right.
But I don't know. I've seen some movies.
Solo?
Yeah, Solo had like 4 directors.
Yeah.
It was not a great movie.
I can't think of examples, but I don't know. I'm really biased. I'm not gonna lie. Like whatever I decide to do with my time, like I don't know. I'm looking at sunsets in the movie if the movie sucks. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm a loser.
I kind of get where you're coming from, but you know, Spencer does bring up a good point with the whole with the general audience reviews when they keep complaining about the same thing. They go, yeah, this movie goes nowhere for the first 60 minutes and then it ends in 10 minutes after that. You know, I kind of get where he's coming from that, because then you go and actually watch the movie, you go, oh yeah, I see what they're saying now.
Yeah, and
you get to that point, you're like, so what was the negative reviews? What was the number one comment? I'm curious.
The only thing I have
For
to
The
say,
Last Jedi?
No. For the last Conjuring movie, you said you were reading some reviews on that.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what it was summed up for me after reading multiple reviews, is that it's at this point, at this film, it's basically turning into a parody of itself. And to follow up with that, the jump scares are almost like timed out so poorly where you just see it coming. So it's like boom.
There was no point of that movie that they wanted you to feel scared, but that was evident. Like, it wasn't like they were like sneaking you up to a scare with Jaws music and then didn't scare you. They at no point, at least from my point of view, nothing was scary. And like, there was a time in my life when I hated horror movies, and that part of me still exists. So like, I know what disliking a movie is from jump scares, and no, there was no super scary part in that.
I think The Conjuring is I thought the first one was really good. Like, I really enjoyed it overall. But I think what happened afterwards is that they were just like, we also have these other like side crazy stories, but we don't know how to make them independent films on themselves. And therefore they've kind of kept attaching these two main characters to be the heroes throughout each film. And I think that kind of diluted whatever they were trying to do overall.
See, The Conjuring is trying to be the Fast franchise of the horror movie genre.
See, I like it for the exact opposite reason. Like,
even though Saw's got that territory right now.
Oh yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I mean, they're starting to make 9 and 10 now.
Yeah, I know. With Chris Rock. I want to see it.
No, outside of Chris Rock. So they got 9 and 10 Saw, and now they're going to do a 2 and 3 Spiral, and then after that, they're making a TV series.
I'm sorry, I just had an aneurysm. What?
Yeah. They're really they're pumping out so much Saw material. Like I don't even know how it's going to really develop.
This is the shit that causes franchise fatigue. I don't understand how it's not even a phenomenon.
I'm not into Saw at all. I watched the first like 3 or 4 of them, and it's like, I know it's coming. I lived in the hood.
No,
I've seen
the
some
best
shit like that.
The best.
I lived in the hood. I know it's coming.
I take the Saw movies as a comedy franchise at this point. Even it became like what Final Destination was. It just was a comedy movie.
And so I love Final Destination because that was gimmicky. They were meant to be a gimmick. Like, oh, look at the pipe shaking. It's
golf ball.
You
know and then the golf ball hits you right in the face instead. Misdirection.
Some of that shit was queasy where you're like, oh, fuck, that could happen. I'm a little fucking turn about that, but I like that too. But now the main thing I think about Conjuring, if I were to give you a 3-second synopsis, is like, it's an Ed and Lorraine Warren love story, and not about love, but like, just like, it's a story about them. And like, that's why I liked it the most. The person who got me into the series of it, like with The Nun and all 7 of the 6 of the preceding movies or whatever it is, like, I've gotten attached to the 2 characters, and that movie is a peacock tale story about them. Like, that's it. Like, there's, you know what I mean? It's not really about scaring you. It's about giving you a conclusionary version, in a way, of their story.
Weren't they also?
But isn't it every movie like that about their story? Like, don't they have an emotional tie to something that goes on?
You might say that because of your view, and I'm not saying that like, your view is existentially yours, and so it's not mine. But I'm just saying, like, this movie was a movie of it's like that something happened, and they had to go do something in this movie, just like in every other movie. But the storyline in every movie progresses 18%. So it's like, yeah, they got another 18. You know what I mean? Like, that's
how did you get to this 18%?
It's not if every movie was 50%, they would be transcending dimensions. And like, there's 6 movies, so 18% lands us at a point where like, they could be almost done.
But you make The Conjuring sound like it should just be a TV series at this point, and not a 2-hour film. It should be just like,
Yeah, but the context is different. A 2-hour film allows for 2 or 3 different giant climaxes, depending on how the director chooses. You could have one climax if it's a real big build, and the climax, and then the downtrend. You know, like, the director can choose the different points in the graph if we're going to build one. But it, like, a movie to me is appropriate when you want to get across a point and have actors who have a life. Like, you know what I mean? Like a TV series that you see in fucking 18 weeks. Well, it took longer than that to film, probably. You know what I mean? It's like that. You have to dedicate a lot longer to a TV series, and you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't direct or write or act. I can't act like I know anything about that. I just have to. I don't know. I like TV series and I like movies, and I've heard people say some shows should have been a movie and some shows should have been a TV show. I've never thought that about anything. I thought the TV shows I watched were TV shows and I liked them, and I thought movies I liked were movies. And I mean, maybe I like shows so much I wish there was a TV show for me to also watch. But I've never like thought that something shouldn't be its own nature because of the other option.
Firefly.
Never seen it.
Firefly.
Serenity.
Back when we all thought Josh Whedon was fighting for women's rights.
Ha! That was the biggest joke, biggest punchline of the 2 decades. And I remember his ex-wife when she came out going, I think it was like in the mid 2000s. She goes, "Yeah, Joss Whedon is not the feminist hero that you guys think he is," and no one believed her. I was like, "Shut up, bitch."
No. They really swiped the rug.
And then 10 years later, it's now coming out. It's like he berated women on this show on series.
Right,
he made Wonder Woman cry. God damn it!
You guys got anything you want to fucking plug before the end here?
Yeah, my dick into a socket.
That'd be nice. Better be a luscious socket.
Thank you and good night, everybody. That's the show. This was If They Won't Listen, a financial podcast. Thank you.
A product of Amazon. Thank you.
I got two. There's 2 things I want to plug. Go on Letterboxd, please. Check out Rufio86. All my movie reviews. Still been keeping that up surprisingly. So I would love to get your feedback and share your opinions. I love to hear people's opinions, just like we had on Impractical Jokes and Conjuring. And then another note is get Quentin Tarantino's book, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the novelization. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, the Rogan episode was
a
lot of fun. I imagined this.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm starting to get up to the part with Bruce Lee versus Brad Pitt, and it's like there's a lot more going on when you read about it than what you see on the screen.
Okay, interesting. I haven't even seen the movie yet, so I'll read the book first.
Yeah, and listen to the Rogan with Quentin.
Yeah, do that. You know what? Do that. I would love to. Do that. Read the book, then watch the movie. Let's do an episode on it.
I love it. All right, we'll do that then. I need to find a way to get to the movie. I don't know if it's on Flix or Hulu. No.
Go to download Just Watch. There's an app called Just Watch, and whatever movie you could think about, it'll tell you if it's streaming or not.
I got a few Audible credits left, so I'll get that book on fucking audio book. I'll listen to it on my forklift.
Save the trees.
Save the trees, baby.
No, it's forklift ready. That's all.
Download digital.
But I have nothing to plug. Everyone good?
Yeah, I got, of course, the blog, stillfoxes.home.blog is still up and going.
Foxy.
And then editing, still proofreading the book that I'm targeting to get released near the end of August. And, say hello to your mother.
Say hello to your mother. All right. Everyone have a good night.
Everyone take care. Stay well, watch behind the ears.
Stay loose, drink juice.